When are you guys going to learn? Like, I look, man, the amount of support, the amount of male support I've seen for Riley Gaines, it, we talk about, you know, how the Black Lives Matter people, or aka Black Lesbians Matters, we talk about how, or the Democratic Party, how they easily get black people to vote, or like them every single time during election year, or how there's always a tool that they can use to garner sympathy to get people on their cause. Conservatives don't realize they do the same exact thing. There's always this blonde chick that seems to garner this attention from the average Caucasian male conservative, which boggles my mind. Look, I know ninjas have their booty fetishes and whatnot, but Caucasian males will literally put their life down on the line for a blonde haired chick that that looks like a good girl, but is kind of pretty in their eyes. And they will literally put their life down on the line, especially if she's saying what he wants to hear. The reason why it boggles my mind, because the white dudes that I grew up with, they don't fall for it. They be on their pimping. That's why something like I be like now that I'm seeing it, I realize this is a big problem. When I first saw Tommy Lauren, the white dudes I grew up with, they wasn't enamored by her. They were just like, oh, she's just another chick. They wasn't putting her up in the air like this. But I did not realize her reach, like how much dudes really was putting her taking her words to the bank. And I'm just like, she's just telling that fan base what she wants to hear. She's probably, like, to me, Tommy Lauren was always a liar. First of all, she was always a liar. Second of all, she seemed very manipulative and just evil. I felt evil when she talked. This was like me when I was in high school, and I did not realize she had reach. And there were white male conservatives that really took what she said to the bank. Right? So I say all of this to say, and it was interesting how when Tommy Lauren, when she finally came out the bag on y'all, when I which wasn't shocking. First of all, that many black people already saw through her. we already knew what that, like, with Ann Coulter, all these people, we know these people. When she came out the bag, that wasn't surprising, but it was funny how people were shocked, or when they were shocked about how she was actually pro-abortion. I'm like, these people don't know. And what I'm finding out with this Riley Gaines character, and it's like she knows she can fall back on y'all simps. There's the reason why I love Undead Chronic, even though I'll tell you, I'll disagree with a lot of what he says, but what I love about Undead Chronic, guys like Star Report, I don't agree with everything that they say, but they're consistent. They're consistent. Their viewpoints are consistent. You guys cannot see, like, we're always on the same page for we see through the BS. Riley Gaines is a feminist. You guys might not see it, but like I said, what I saw for Tommy Lauren. Now, Ann Coulter was different in the case of we all knew she was just playing, like, she's hustling. She's a hustler. So there was never, personally for me, there was never animosity towards Ann Coulter. We all knew what she was doing. She's hustling. She's just playing that role. It's TV business. With Riley Gaines, though, it's like you guys are falling for it. Guys, you guys cannot be talking about we finna march for women's sports, or we got, like, I say what I say about Riley Gaines, and then I'm not a real man if I'm not sticking up for women's sports. I'm like, wait a minute, am I talking to conservatives or am I talking to liberals? Because the liberals are not even giving me slack on this take. The liberals are actually laughing at me, mainly because I'm black. But they're, dude, I've actually seen some liberal feminists. Well, they might not claim that they're feminists, but I've seen some liberal, like, regular Norman chicks, like, literally say, when it comes to guys like Leah Thomas, Terry in Connecticut, the men taking over women's sports, I've literally heard them say, you know what? We brought this upon ourselves. We can't even complain about this. And you know what I say about that? Thank you. You know, now the ladies are asking for men to stand up for women's sports. after asking for equal pay, after campaigning for these guys to join their team. Because remember, you were considered a racist or a bigot for saying you don't want man and women's sports, or you didn't want man and women's bathroom, which they voted for. Do not get it twisted. All these conservative, these young ladies think it's saying that they're conservative now. They're only saying that now because it's not benefiting them anymore. And Lorette, one of my bigger support. I think probably my biggest supporter on this channel, believe it or not. She's probably one of my biggest supporters. She actually brought up a great point that these conservative girls talking against men joining women's sports is really them putting their dating profile out there, basically saying, I'm one of the good girls. It's actually a great strategy. I was trying to tell her, because she brought up a good point, and I was like, you know what? That is actually a great dating strategy. Now they put themselves on Fox News, right? They put their profile out there. One of those simps, conservative simps, because at the end of the day, women do not like liberal men. Women can talk all that. They do not respect liberal men at all. They want a conservative man. But the problem is they want the conservative man in terms of him paying for everything and doing all that stuff. But they don't want to be like the conservative man putting rules on them in terms of them not going out and whatnot. But they understand at the end of the day, they cannot be under a liberal man because they're not going to be taken care of if they're under a liberal man. Eventually, they know they have to be up under a conservative man one way or the other. This is why I try to direct this stuff at you guys. I tell you, do not save them. They do not want to be saved. How many rappers got to tell you this shit? Oh my God. I got to put that R. Kelly soundbite. Oh my God. This is, guys, they're not conservatives. Riley Gaines is not a conservative. Trust me. Because, and here's the biggest point. Here's the biggest point. Because now, like, none of the men really mess with Tomi Lahren anymore. Because her mask fell off when she said all men are trash. This is what's going to happen with Riley Gaines. She's going to lash out at men. It's going to be either that or number two, you guys are going to find out that she's been fornicating with ninjas. And you guys are going to draw back your support. You're going to find out that she's messed with a ninja. And you're going to be like, nah, I can't mess with that girl no more. That's what's going to happen. I shit you not. That is my belief. You're going to find out she did that one time or twice. And you guys are going to draw back your support. Or you're like, once you find out that she messed with a ninja, you guys are going to be like, wait. You guys are going to start questioning her next words after you find that out. Because do not get it twisted. All your girls, they be saying they're Trump supporters or whatnot. They be messing with ninjas too. Do not get it twisted. And when you guys find out, for some reason, when male conservatives find this shit out, they be getting hurt. They be getting hurt about that. And I'm just like, look, that's just part. If she went to college, that's gonna happen. There's nothing you could there's nothing you could do about it. If she stayed on campus, that's what's gonna happen. And I just hope that when you find that out about Riley Gaines or girls like that, I just hope you don't draw back like your support because of that. Yeah, let me stop, man. Let me stop. But I'm just saying, Riley Gaines is not who you think she is. I can see through it like I saw through Tomi Lahren and those other chicks. The other chicks that y'all be putting up in the air too, like Lila Rose. I remember I made a video about Lila Rose being full of caca and being very manipulative. Like I grew up with all types of women, bro. All races of women. Asian, white, black, straight bitches, dyke bitches, all of them. I'm not, like, I understand what the game is and I still have a lot to learn, but when it comes to these 304s, they're it's actually very predictable what they'll do. And if you, and what the answer that you're looking for is right in front of you, but you just think that the 304s are just going to be ideally honorable from the get-go, which is not going to happen. You guys got to stop putting your cape on. If, like I said, in that short, if I see any of you male supporters in those marches talking about protect women's sports, you are no different from the male liberals that you guys call cucks and whatnot, which is true, but you guys are no different. Because only liberals would march for women's sports. You know, that's all I'm trying to say.